Thank you, Helene. In this bill, there are a number of sections that we don't see information as the last bill, so hopefully we will have some of that information in a bill that we're waiting for yet or two. But within this, one of the programs that is described as the locally grown food in our schools.
Correct.
And this would provide a subsidy of, I believe, 25 cents for each meal if a school met a certain standard. I was encouraged by my local food service directors to do that. Obviously, I live in an area that is quite rural, has a lot of farms, but this is available to all school districts, urban, rural, suburban, across the state.
Yes, it's available to all, and the percentage is 30% if they have 30% of basically locally grown farm produce.
Do we have a definition of what the locally grown is? Does it have to be within certain miles, or is it any farm across the state?
No, that it's just that 30% of their food is from New York State farmers, growers, or producers.
And, or processors?
Yes. Producers,
thank you.
yes.
And
Yes.
how much money is in the budget to fund this program?
There will be $10 million in the budget to support this program.
And do we have a sense of the number of schools that would elect it at this point, or not really?
No, we don't know that. For all we know, there may be very well currently be, we assume there may be some that are currently meeting this standard. This, as you say, would provide that local reimbursement from the current 6 cents to 25 cents.
And is there confidence that the $10 million is sufficient to cover that cost in the first fiscal year?
My understanding is that there's a one-year lag, so that the 10 million should cover it, and we'll have if we see as the school year progresses that it will not cover it, then we'll have opportunity in next year's budget to be able to ensure there's sufficient funds.
Thank you. In the last budget bill, I'd asked a question, and then you gave some clarification on it and changing, on eligibility or for a program. What if a school district is already meeting, has been extremely active, they've got local farm products coming, they're already meeting the threshold? Are they going to be eligible for this 25 cents?
Yes, and they'll be getting I guess an additional 19 cents per meal for what they're already doing. Obviously, the intent is not only to help provide fresh food for our students, but also to encourage economic development by encouraging and supporting our local farmers and producers processes in the state.
Well, let's hope that it does serve the needs of our children, certainly our farming and agriculture communities and our school districts across the state. On another matter, within this budget, I did see that there have been eliminated or not covered in here. In my area, I represent district, and a number of us do, along Lake Ontario, and there was the program to meet some of the flood recovery from last year, Lake Ontario, St. Lawrence River area. That amendment is out. Can we expect to, I know it's not here, can we expect to see some action on that to clarify for those people who are waiting for assistance?
I believe that will be moved to, will be showing up in another bill later on today. or tomorrow.
Thank you. Well, one of the other programs is the teacher loan forgiveness program that is being established. How much money are we making available for this program?
$1 million.
And I saw something of, is it creating a 4-year program? Is that?
An individual teacher could be eligible for reimbursement for 4 years. There would be up to $5,000 per year with a preference given to teachers who are in areas where there are shortages or particular shortage in the area of their expertise.
So, for instance, if you're a math teacher and there's fewer, or you're having trouble filling math positions, they might be getting that, or a language teacher, someone else, perhaps in the STEM area or special areas, they might be eligible for this before some other teachers who might be teaching English or history or something like that.
Yes.
And so the program is $1 million. Is that $1 million to be over 4 years, or is it $1 million this year? And then it would be, in essence, kind of, we anticipate $1 million a year over the next 4 years.
No, it's $1 million for the 4 years. So the initial year would be $250. You know, clearly as we go forward, if we see there's a great interest and need, we can in future years make an adjustment to that dollar amount. But it's anticipated that it's $1 million over the 4 years.
If they're eligible for the full 5,000, it's up to 5,000, I would imagine. A quick calculation says it's only about 50 teachers statewide, or 50 individuals. That's not going to make a significant dent, perhaps, in the state. But has this been done because we see a sense, or we see fewer teachers than what we need in some of those fields? Are we trying to inspire that? Is that the real purpose?
Yes. Yes. And, yes.
So just my sense would be, if we're going to be serious about that program, the long-term cost could certainly grow significantly from that.
Well, as I said, this is year one. This is our anticipation for 4 years, and clearly as we go forward in future years, we can add additional dollars if we see that there is both the interest and the need. And just a final question, if there was shortages in 2 different districts, is there then a determination that you're going to receive it versus me in my district for some other reason or not? HESC will be making the determination, so I think they will be deciding as the applications come in for the loan forgiveness program. They'll make those determinations. So I couldn't really give you an answer as to preference for one community or another at this point.
Will it be competitive, or like first come, first served? Do we know that yet?
You know, that we don't know, because it will be administered by HESC, and they will determine the eligibility when they put together the proposal. Once they really put a plan together and make that announcement of how they're going to evaluate the individuals who apply for this forgiveness program.
Just one more question, actually in the area of housing. Do we know, I know there's a couple of programs, the Residential Emergency Services Home Repair to the Elderly program and the New York Access to Home for Heroes program. Do we have any sense of how much money is going to be available for those 2 programs, either individually or as a group?
I could get you the dollars, but we're codifying some existing programs, and I think these are mostly going to be funded through reappropes. But if you wait a moment, I can
Okay.
find some of the exact dollar figures for you. Yes, no? I think we might have to have an offline discussion about the dollar figures there.
I'll appreciate learning that later then. Thank you, Helene, for your comments.